Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve another SQL problem from HackerRank website, and the name of this problem is project planning. Okay, and today is our day 39 of 100 days of SQL challenge, where I will be solving one question each day, and I hope you guys are also solving one question with me to practice SQL. Okay, so let us read the problem. You are given a table projects containing three columns: task ID, start date, and end date. So basically you have this table, that is projects table, where you have three columns, that is task ID, start date, and end date. It is guaranteed that the difference between the end date and the start date is equal to 1 day for each row in the table. So they have given us the sample input of the table, and they have said that the difference between the end date and start date for every row will be 1. So as you can see that this is 2 October, this is 1st of October. Okay, so the difference will be 1 here. 3rd of October and 2nd of October, the difference is 1. So I hope you understand this. Now if the end date of the task are consecutive, then they are part of the same project. What does this means? That here in end date column, this 2, 3 and 4, this is consecutive, so this is the part of the same project. This is the part of the same project. Here 14 and 15, they have, this is consecutive, so this is the part of the same project. 29 is the, now 29 and 31, this is not consecutive, so this 29 is a separate project, and this 31 and it will be a separate project. So total of, you can say, four different projects. Now what we need to write a query to output the start and end date of the projects listed by the number of days it took to complete the project in ascending order. Okay, so basically what we need to output, we need to output the start date and the end date of, and then we have to order by the number of days it took to complete the project in ascending order. And if there is more than one project that have the same number of completion days, then we have to order by the start date of the project. I hope you understand. So this is the sample output. So to explain you better and how to solve this question, I have made this table in SQL Server. But before that, let's explain this in Excel, right? Okay, so this is the table. Now in end date, this 2, 3 and 4, this is consecutive, so this is the same project. So let me just color this so that you people understand it better by this color. Okay, so this is one project. Now this 14 and 15, this is another same project. So let me color this, let's say by this. And this 6, this end date 29th of October, this is a separate project, and this 31st of October end date is another separate project, right? Okay, now if I have this like that, so as you can see that if I say that this start date, this project, this one start on 1st of October and ends on 4th of October. So if we can kind of get this in the format that this 4 and let me delete these two row, delete entire rows. Okay, and for this project the start date is 13th of October and end date is 15. So if I get this 15 and delete this row, okay, if I kind of make this table into this format, then it will be very easy. now if I have to find out the number of days, number of days, number of days, then it will be very easy for me. What I will do, I will say date diff function, okay, in SQL server, and find out the number of days it took to complete the project. So for this it took 3 days, for this it took 2 days, for this it took 1 day, and for this it took 1 day. And then we have to, we don't need this in our output. Okay, so we need this, and then we have to order by the number of days in ascending order. So this first, 2 and 3, and now these two projects have taken the same number of days to complete. Then we have to order by the start date. So first 28th of October will come first, then 30th of October, then this one, right? So then this one, and at last we will go with this one, right? And I don't need this in my column as well. Okay, so I hope you understand. So how I can get this? So as you can see, if I get the start date column, if I get this start date column, how I can get this start column? If I say that this start date, so for this project, right, for this project, this start date is 1. So 1st of October is not present in this end date column, because it is started on this it is started on 1st of October. So how it can be how this start date can be present in this end date, right? You understand the logic. So first, to get the start date, what query I will write? I will say that select start date from this table where start date not in this end date column. Okay, so I will get this first, then this 13, and then this 28, and then 30. And for this to get this end column date, we will say that select end date from this table where end date not in this start date. So this project, okay, this project, if so this as you can see, this 4th of October should not be present in this start date. Why? Because for this project the end date is this 4th of October, it gets ended, this project gets ended. So this 4th of October will not be present in this start date. I hope you understand this concept, right? So let's try to solve this in SQL Server. Okay, so I have made this table in SQL Server. Okay, so this is the table, projects table. So what I will do, I will say from this projects table, and let me write it in capital letters. So from projects table, what I need to retrieve start date, okay, and I will say from projects where this start date not in this end date column, right? So for that we have to write this as a subquery. So if I say select end date, select end date from projects, right? Okay, so now what rows I will get? I will get this 1st of October, then 13th of October, then 28th of October, and then 30th of October. So total of 4 rows I will get. Okay, so as you can see, we get our desired output. Now if I need to get the end date, I will have to do the same. So what I will do, I will say select end date where end date not in this start date, right? Start date. Okay, and let me run this. So now I got the start date and end date, but this is in two tables, right? This start date I will get from this query, and the end date column I will get from this. So if I want to join these two, so that in one single table I get the start date and end date, so how I can join this? Okay, I don't need any, I don't have any common column between these two tables, so that's why I have to create one common column so that I can join both of these tables. So what I will say, let me create this as a CT. So with CTE as, right, let me call this with CT1. So with CTE as this, I will say select start date comma, I will give rank. So let me first show you. Okay, so select start date from CT1, okay. Now this 1st of October, 13th of October, 28th of October and 30th of October, if I give the rank based on the start date, so for 1st of October I will give first, 13th of October I will give second, 28th of October I will give third, and then fourth. So order by the by start date in ascending form. So I will say rank over, and then I will say order by this start date in ascending form, and let me give alias as rn. Okay, and let me run this. Okay, so we get start date and then rn. Now for similar, I will calculate the rank for end date column. Okay, so what will I say is, I will say that let me give this alias as let me create another CT. So CT2 as this, right, and let me select. So I have this table. So this table name is CT2, right? This table where we have start date and rn, this is CT2. Now what I will do is select here, I will select end date from projects, here also end date, and here start date, right? Start date. Okay, and what this query will give me? This query will give me the end date. Now this 4th of October, 15th of October, 29th of October and 31st of October. So here I will also give this calculate rn as new column based on the end date in ascending form, right? Let me give this create another CT3 as this, and I will say select star, or let's say select end date comma, and we have to calculate the rank for this. So let me just copy and rank as this from this CTE3. So from CTE3, and here I need to do order by end date, right? Order by end date. let me run this. Okay, now we get the end date. So now in this CT2 table I have start date and RN, and in this new table I will create this as another. So let's say CT4 as this. Okay, so now in CT2 table I have the start date and RN column, and in this CT4 column I have CT4 table I have the end date and RN column, right? So definitely I will join these two columns based on the RN column, right? So what I will say is, I will say select star from CT2 as, let's say, C2, inner join CT4 as C4 on which column? On C2 dot RN is equals to C4 dot RN, right? And let me run this. Okay, so we get the start date, end date and RN. Now I don't want this RN column for now. This RN column we have only drive, because so that we can join these two tables, right? So what I will need, I need only start date. So start underscore date, and start date we are getting from this C2 table. So we will say C2 dot start date and C4 dot end date, right? So C4 dot end date and date, right? Let me run this. Okay, now to find out the total number of days it took to complete this project, we can use the date diff function. So let me calculate the, so date diff, the parameters it takes is, first I need to calculate the number of days between this start date. So let me just quickly copy this. So start date and then end date. We don't need this difference of days in the final query, but we need to do order by this. So to explain you better, I have to use this, and let me run this. Okay, so we get the number of days 3211. So what I need to do, I need to do order by this. So just, I don't need this in my output, but I need this. So control X and then order by this in ascending, right? And then these two columns have the number of days as 1 So if this is the case, then we have to order by start date in ascending form, right? So start date in ascending form. Okay, so let me say ASC, right? And let me run the query. Okay, so we got the result. So let me just quickly copy this whole and paste this in our HackerRank environment. Okay, so let me paste the query here and let me run the code. Yeah, so it gets accepted, and let me quickly submit the code. And if you guys are liking my videos, subscribe to the channel, and if you don't understand anything, please comment. I will surely reply to your comment. And thank you so much for watching the video.